So, happy Monday. Just so you guys need to know what day it is. I feel like right now we are in just kind of this weird cycle. And one of the best ways that I've been able to kind of reduce my stress and to be able to stay a bit sane when everything seems a little insane, it seems a little bit out of my control, is I've been really good about my time management. And right now with all of us home, we feel like, we have all the time. So we don't have to be so, put boundaries around our time. But this is when I feel like we have to start learning about time management. People are now calling us because they want to make sure we're okay. We're calling people to make sure we're okay. We're only traveling, outside our houses, between these small hours. And so that's adding a little bit of stress. And so what I've been working with my clients on a lot is like, we're feeling stressed because of, the pandemic. We don't know when we're going to leave our houses, who's going to get it, how are you going to get it, all of that magical stuff. But one of the things we can't control is our time and our response to other people. So 5 tips that are going to help you with better time management. The first thing is have a to-do list. And when I say have a to-do list, I'm not asking you to have this to-do list that's like five pages long. The best way to have a to-do list is have 3 things. So it could be that you are creating a one-page document, that you are, sending an email to someone or following up with someone. It's not, I'm going to create a website. Well, because that is a multi-step project that probably involves someone else other than you. So that's not something you can do in a day. So then that's going to linger to the next day. It'll linger to the next day, leading to the next day. And then it's going to get all caught up like, oh my God, I'm so behind. Have a few wins. I challenge you to come up with those 3 things, finish those 3 things, and be like, you know what? Today was a kick-ass day. Okay? That's what I want. I want you to have more kick-ass days than days that you feel like you got run over by a bulldozer. All right? The next piece is take breaks. One of my favorite ways to work is the Pomodoro method. It's 20 to 25 minutes working, and then 5 to 10 minute breaks, and then you just repeat that cycle throughout the day. There are plenty of apps that you can get for your phone or your computer, and it gives you, your mind needs that break. Your mind just can't be like, heads down, I gotta work, I gotta do all the things, right? So I challenge you to do that, and in those 10 minutes, it could be just take a lap around your house. One of the girls was talking about having sciatica. Well, we're not sitting in ergonomically correct chairs. We're like probably sitting in our dining room chair, our kitchen chairs, our desk and our tables aren't exactly ergonomically correct. So I challenge you, get up. During that 10-minute break in those Pomodoros, get up. Take a couple laps around your house. Take a couple laps around the block. Whatever it is during those 10 minutes, just to break free of the noise. And you'll be way more focused. I promise you, you'll be way more focused on that. Set clear limits, right? This is your workout. It's just as if you were leaving the house to go to work. Work starts and ends at a particular time. I challenge you to do the same thing at home because it's really easy. Trevor Noah, he is the host of the Daily Show, and he had this funny skit of like, he was like sitting on his couch, he's like, oh, I can't wait for this day to be over. And then he like slams on the laptop, and he literally goes from like one cushion on his couch to the other cushion on his couch, and he's like, it's the weekend. And I know that's how we feel. We feel like, we might be sitting in the same, places in our house working, and there's no real, division of church and state, if you will. So here's where I challenge you to come up with that division. If you normally work 9 to 6, 6:01, laptop down, turn off your work brain and get into home brain, okay? Because these lines are blurred and you need that, It's also setting those boundaries with your clients, A lot of times, clients are home too, right? This is the first time in history everyone is at home. And they're like, probably working away like you are. And you can clearly set boundaries with people without being rude. And you can easily say, I've been working virtually for years, and with my clients, they know Friday 5 o'clock, I'm off the clock. And I will say to them, if I see the email, if I'm actually in email, I will say, hey, I'm going to get back to you on Monday. And they're good with it. And they know that I'm going to get back to them on Monday. And it's not me being rude. It's me setting boundaries. It's me saying, you know what? Yes, you are important to me, but mental health is important to me too. And I work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And after 5 o'clock, I'm going to shut it down and I'm going to start my weekend. And I challenge you to do the same thing with your boundaries. Pick the time. What is the time that you're no longer going to respond to texts or respond to emails? Unless you're someone who is waiting for a kidney, there's no need for you to be replying people's texts at 8, 9 o'clock at night, right? If you are in that industry, continue. If you are not, set a boundary that, hey girl, I'm going to get back to you tomorrow, and move on, because you give people permission how to treat you. And so I'm giving you permission to set the boundaries, to come up with a time that you stop working and come up with a time that you stop working, okay? Sleep. I challenge you to really focus on your sleep. We have the time now, right? We're not going out to late dinners. We're not doing anything like that. So get sleep. Learn how to set yourself a bedtime. Again, it's another boundary that you're setting with yourself. You're not staying up late, Netflixing and chilling and Netflixing and whining. You're staying up. You're setting a bedtime. Since this whole thing has started, I'm still doing my best. I'm getting in bed 10:30. I'm reading a really interesting book right now. And so it's kept me up a little bit later because it's really interesting. But I'm in bed like 9:30. I'm shutting it down and I'm going to bed. I'm setting my alarm at 7 o'clock. I'm getting up and I'm working out. I'm still trying to maintain the same schedule that I did pre-corona, but that's what's keeping me going. Is that here is my schedule. My schedule is not changing. I've shifted a little bit. Do I need to get up at 5:30 to work out in the morning? No. But 7 o'clock, I'm up, I'm out, and I'm working out. Trying to keep my best with that schedule. And the last thing, have weekends, right? I know that every day feels like a Saturday, but have weekends. Have that hard stop. Friday, boom. My husband and I, we had happy hour on Friday. It was, awesome in our kitchen, but we had happy hour. And that was our way of we're shutting it down and this is when the weekend starts. And so I challenge you to do that. Have that weekend. Have whatever your Sunday night ritual was, have that same Sunday night ritual. But, continue to have life the way we try to be as normal as we possibly can. And that's going to help mitigate the stress of oh my God, when are we going to leave my house? And, does this person have it? Does that person have it? How's my family? How's it? Ooh. It's so easy to get overwhelmed. It's so easy to future cat and just spin right out of control. But if you have these little small things in your day to help you with the sanity, you will find a little bit more balance. If this resonates with anyone, do me a favor, like it. If you're watching the replay, hit #replay. All right, I will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, dropping some more knowledge.